Good morning. You are watching Optv Global News with me, Sobia Ali. Let's start by taking a look at the headlines first. Let's get to the top stories of the day. First of all, international headlines. Russian President Vladimir Putin has recognized the independence of two separatist regions in eastern Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered the development of troops to two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine after recognizing them as independent. The United States says it has credible information that Russian forces are creating a list of Ukrainians to be killed. Pakistan reaffirmed support for Ukraine's territorial integrity ahead of Prime Minister of Pakistan's impending visit to Moscow. Canada's parliament has backed the government's decision to impose emergency power to deal with protest backlash against COVID restrictions. Indian Home Minister has favored uniform in school and hijab ban. Meanwhile, petitioners continue to push off their religious rights. Khyber Medical University of Pakistan has planned to establish an offshore campus in Afghanistan's capital. Pakistan has reserved seats of Afghan students in various educational institutes. Saudi-led coalition has destroyed a drone launched by Yemeni rebels towards King Abdullah's airport in the city of Jizan. 6 people, including foreigners, have been wounded. An Iranian fighter jet has crashed in a residential area of Tabriz. 1 civilian and 2 crew members killed in the tragic incident. India has arrested Dr. Kanman, who married 18 women. Police said the 67-year-old primarily did this for their money and pleasure. And now let's get to the top stories of Pakistan. Chief of Defence Forces Australia has called on Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee General Nadeem Raza. Both sides discussed to strengthen and enhance security and defence cooperation between two countries. A soldier embraced martyrdom when security forces conduct a clearance operation in Haidot near district Kalu. Head of Presidency of Religious Affairs of Turkey has called on Prime Minister Imran Khan. Prime Minister lauded the Turkish model of systematic and institutionalized religious educational system. Imran Khan also stressed bilateral cooperation to exchange best practice and information in that arena. Federal Minister for Communication and Postal Service Murad Said has decided to take legal action against the Reham Khan for writing offensive content against Prime Minister Imran Khan. Prime Minister advised Said to not worry about these matters and focused on his performance. From a Swiss bank has revealed the hidden wealth of its client, including 1,400 Pakistanis. Co-chairman of Pakistan People's Party Asif Ali Zardari held an exclusive meeting with Pakistan Democratic Movement head Maulana Fazlur Rahman. People's Party's co-chairman has ensured Maulana regarding their support in the expected motion of no confidence against the Prime Minister. Pakistan People's Party's chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has rejected the Prevention of Electronic Crime Act and Election Act Amendment Ordinance. He said that the implementation of the controversial amendment ordinance is a failed attempt by Imran Khan to cover up his incompetence.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because Black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
And now let's get to the top stories of health world. Many nations are ruling out or discussing the possibility of fourth dose of coronavirus vaccine for their most vulnerable. The United Kingdom announced an extra booster dose of coronavirus vaccine to adults 75 and older. And now let's get to the top stories of science and technology world. US former President Donald Trump's social media platform has launched in a limited form on the US Apple App Store. And now Truth Social is the top free app available on the App Store and is expected to be fully operational by the end of March. And time for sports news. Cricket Australia has announced a 16-member squad for its one-day international and 20 international Pakistan's tour. India is now on top in the ICC Men T20. India is now on top in the ICC Men T201 team ranking after surpassing England. And now time for entertainment world news. Atif Aslam paid a soulful tribute to the legendary Indian singer late Lata Mangeshkar at his concert in Dubai. Atif has sung several songs of Lata, including Naam Gum Jayega. Netflix has reportedly approved its first ever original web series from Pakistan. The series is said to have 3 seasons with 3 episodes each. Palestinian-American model Bella Hadid has raised her voice for 5 women who wear hijabs and against Islamophobia. Hadid demanded justice for Huda and other women who had been attacked for wearing hijab. Bollywood actor Abhishek Bachchan is all set to play the role of cricket coach for R. Balkis next. And now let's get to the top stories of business world. Gold prices hit their highest level in over 8 months. The Pakistani rupee resumed its upward movement against the US dollar. So that's all we have in this edition of Optv Global News. Keep watching and stay safe.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise to marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because Black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.